plaintiff, Sherman Brown Jr., was married to the defendant, but he claims he caught her meeting with other men online, and then she cheated on him with his best friend. He's suing his ex for breach of contract. Defendant Monica Brown says it took her 15 years to escape Sherman's mental and verbal abuse, and once she did, she was forced to file a restraining order against him for stalking and harassing her. She's countersuing for the harassment.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you, sir.
Yes, sir. Miss G. Brown and I were high school sweethearts. I right out of high school, she got pregnant, we got married, had been married for 29 years. Marriage was going fine. Like any other marriage, we had our ups and downs. Marriage really didn't get really rocky until 2014. My wife was actually doing an online dating situation. And when I found the email for the online situation, doing my research, I found out that she was actually being catfish. The guy she was talking to, those pictures were on another website under a different name.
How did you all discuss that? How was that worked? What happened with that?
Okay, so with that situation, that was a tension situation in itself. I did react in that situation. She was, I think she was going for a job, and the people called the house, and I was off work that day, and they wanted to speak to her, and I told them she has issues here. She needs to work out before she takes a job. So, of course, she got upset because they didn't give her the job. But that wasn't the only time, Your Honor, that we had an issue with Ms. Brown. That's been an issue the whole marriage with Ms. Brown cheating. You know, I've dealt with that. She dated one of my best friends. You know, this has just been this whole thing has just been a fiasco. The straw that broke the camel's back was Ms. Brown refused to stop texting the same person, texted her multiple times. First time we were out at a restaurant or whatever, and he texted her, and I was like, who texted you? She said, nobody. Okay, nobody texted. Okay, fine. I let it go. We're at another restaurant, Chinese restaurant, same text message. She got up to go to the bar, text message. I grabbed the phone, I got to call the number back. She catches me with her phone and she gets very upset.
Yeah, why are you doing this to yourself? That's what I tell folks. When you go and do all this checking, and if you have a suspicion, then make up your mind what you believe, or just leave it as suspicion, but don't hurt yourself. If you're convinced, then say defer them papers or do what you're gonna do. But you just continue to hurt yourself. Let me see that text. Let me see what you're doing here. Aha. You're looking for hurt. Mm-hmm. You're looking for pain.
No. I'm looking for the truth because you
already know. You already knew.
I'm looking for the truth.
He's lying, sir.
Let me hear from her some. Go ahead.
Yes, we were.
Tell me about this best friend of his, but go ahead. I'll let you tell me.
We were married for 29 years. Out of the 29 years, Mr. Brown probably worked 10 of those years. I have taken care of Mr. Brown. He has been a professional student.
I disagree.
Let her finish. Go ahead, ma'am.
And it has not been what he's saying about me. I have worked 2 and 3 jobs. Over the last 5 years, it has been verbal abuse. It has been stalking and harassment. He has threatened me. I've received over 700 emails and text messages. He has posted that he sent me text messages that if I didn't cash out him money right then, this is after I left, that he would put nude photos of me online, and I have that in evidence that I've submitted. I've gotten a restraining order for him for stalking and harassment. That was last year. This has been continuous. This about me being with other men, not with Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown rules with an iron fist. It has taken me 15 years to break away from this man. So what he's saying is wrong. He also has been burnt. When he got the restraining order, he has violated that, where he served over 30 days in jail for violation. And since then, he's been on social media doing live broadcasts 2 and 3 hours, burning my belongings. He is still in the family home, which the judge has asked him and ordered him to leave in the decree. And he's still there. I have a contempt out for that. This is what he's telling you is wrong.
Is any of that true, sir?
Everything for
Okay,
this
ma'am.
man.
All right. Is any of that true, what she said?
Very little of it, Your Honor. Your Honor, do you see that little woman in front of you? That little woman in front of you, Your Honor, is the most controlling person you ever want to meet.
Well, the good news, you don't have to worry about that anymore. When did you all divorce?
Exactly.
When did you divorce?
I filed
April 7th. The divorce was filed April 7th.
All right, so you don't have to worry about any of that anymore.
She's a very vindictive and spiteful person, Your Honor. Ms. Brown had me arrested. But she tried to have me arrested because she wasn't paying for the vehicle that my name was on.
Sir, did you do 30 days in jail for anything relating to her?
Relating, yes, because what happened was, Your Honor,
What happened?
when she did that, when she called the police refused to do anything because the car that I was looking for is in my name. They ran the plate and said, "Man, we can't do anything to him. That is his car." So then what she does is she runs back to where we used to live at and she filed a restraining order. They give her one. She had no reason. She never saw me. She never talked to me. But because the court always caters to women, they gave her a restraining order.
Suspicion, and make up your mind what you believe, or just leave it as suspicion, but don't hurt yourself. If you're convinced and say defer them papers or do what you're gonna do, but you just continue to hurt yourself. Let me see that text. Let me see what you're doing here. Aha, you're looking for hurt. You're looking for pain.
Defendant Monica Brown was married to the plaintiff, and she claims once she escaped his mental and verbal abuse, he started stalking her and threatened to post nude photos of her online.
What happened with the restraining order? Did you do 30 days?
I did 36 days.
Why?
And it was a false police report. And because she said that I sent her a Facebook message up, so that was a violation of the
police and the judge, everybody believed her? Nobody believed you?
I showed them proof.
Yes, they did.
I had proof.
Nobody believed me.
Nobody believed you?
Your Honor.
Yes.
I was going to a place to visit a friend, It was a mutual friend.
Sir, you did the 30. Sir, you've done the 36 days now. I can't help you retroactively. No one believed you. That's why you did 36 days. So all this I did, and the police, she lied to the police, she lied to the judge, she lied to this, that, and the other. That means none of them believed you.
Your Honor, it was for a Facebook message. It was for a Facebook message. A Facebook message. She never saw me. She never talked to me, Your Honor. The county in which the incident happened refused to file charges because they said it was nothing.
They said no contact.
Hold on, ma'am, let's move on. Now he's saying the county said it was nothing. They just said, just go do 36 days since you ain't got nothing else to do.
Your Honor,
you ain't really done nothing. But if you got time, if you got a little extra time on your hands, be a good guy and just go do 36 days in jail. That wasn't nothing. Because Sheriff, could you open it up and let him in 36 days for this nothing? Sir, what's the breach of contract you're suing for?
Ms. Brown actually took some of my jewelry and had it pawned. Okay, she got $1,200 off of the jewelry.
When?
Agreed to make the payments on the jewelry.
When?
May of 2019.
May of 19, you all were married. And what happened while you were married? What did your wife do with the joint property?
It was not, it was my jewelry. It wasn't joint property.
Oh, you got the jewelry before you got married?
No.
Okay.
I bought it while I got it.
All right. Well, let a judge tell you, let a judge inform you that any property you buy after marriage is joint, regardless of who wears it.
Okay.
Because you just decide you want to wear something differently. Y'all can argue, I bought it with my money. Well, why you want to wear it? I just feel like that today. That's right. It's joint property, sir. But, go ahead.
So she pawned the jewelry. She agreed to make the payments on the jewelry. She stopped making payments on the jewelry. She got mad after she left the home. She stopped making the monthly payments on it. That's money that I had to pay.
And you have a divorce decree?
Yes.
Where is that?
That is page number That's page number 4.
And because that addresses everything you just said. That'll address it. I'm going to go with what they said. Judge had already decided about that property. Either that, if you didn't mention it, you better go back and get your decree amended to address that property.
Your Honor, if you look at page 1 of the evidence.
I'm looking at the decree. Point it out to me where they address division of property. That's what we need to look at. Okay, I see division of property. I see automobiles.
And all she asked for was the car.
I see automobiles and I see marital residence. I don't see anything else about property. You want to point something out?
Right, because the other stuff is mine. The other property is mine. So the only thing that the judge divided up.
Show it to me where it says everything is yours. Show it. Point that out to me in the decree.
What do you mean everything? Everything is not
Whatever
mine.
you're saying is yours, point it out in the decree. Read it. The judge determines who owns what in the decree. I'm not going to read it. You have to read it and prove your case. Your counterclaim for $5,000, the abuse. Do you have evidence that that occurred at any point? I heard what you told me, and we know he did 36 days.
Absolutely, sir. So as I stated, during the marriage, I have paid the majority of everything. If you look on pages 4 and 5, where I received the text message, if you don't give me $300 right now, I am going to post your nude pictures online. I also have on page 7 where he is talking about not leaving me alone. I begged him to leave me alone. Also on page 9, where I've told him I'm in fear of my life. I have over 700 emails that was sent from Mr. Brown. He had threatened me in December of 2019, told me he was going to kill me and throw me out of a window. I left the family home with a bag of clothes and 2 pairs of shoes, asking if I could return to get my other stuff.
Why are you laughing, sir? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because, Your Honor, because she's lying. Because she's lying, Your Honor.
Now he's saying the county said it was nothing. They just said, just go do 36 days since you ain't got nothing else to do.
Your Honor,
you ain't really
Your
done
Honor, no,
nothing.
Your Honor,
but
I
if
can
you got
correct.
time, if you got a little extra time on your hands, be a good guy and just go do 36 days.
Defendant Monica Brown was married to the plaintiff, and she claims once she escaped his mental and verbal abuse, he started stalking her and threatened to post nude photos of her online.
How about the threat to put her on the internet unless she gave you $300? How about that? Is that a lie?
Look, I don't recall it, Your Honor.
Okay, well, she
What I
has
do recall is a phone call.
Ma'am, you should file charges
She is
against
threatening to
him
shoot
for
me,
what
Your
he
Honor.
did. You should file charges against him for extorting you. That 36 days, that's nothing compared
Your
to
Honor.
what will happen if you pursue this and you have the evidence right here in writing. In the meantime, you have not proven one thing that's in the divorce decree that would entitle you to any judgment of anything you're asking for. Therefore, your claim is dismissed, and I wish I could give you more than $5,000.
Your Honor, but please,
$5,000 is yours. Have a good day. Bye.
Your Honor.
Bye. Judgment for the defendant.
You know what? I feel so sad for you.
I wish you well. I have done everything in my life to help you be a better person. What you have done to me and your children, these lies that you keep telling people, you don't work, you have not been a man, and it is ridiculous of what you have continued to put me through.